What comes to mind for you if I were to ask you, who is your greatest competitor in life? We're going to talk about that in this video and how to overcome them. Stick around. So what is your greatest competitor? Is it someone else? Is it something external that you're facing? Well, I'll tell you who I believe it is. I believe it's the one staring back at you in the mirror. The reason why I believe that is until we learn to conquer what's internal, how are we going to conquer anything external? There's a lot of people who are in battles with others. They're competing with others for things in life. They're going against other people, going against other things, and they're having a very difficult time doing it because of the battle that hasn't been won here. From the onset, of all the people that watch this video, there's going to be so many different philosophies on what it takes to conquer us. Therefore, I don't have the pressure to say all there is to say or to satisfy every viewpoint. But my goal is to talk about some practical things we all can relate to. Something very important to understand when we wake up at the beginning of the day is that we're not just fighting for the good of our own life. Many of you have a lot of people around you that you want to show up for, that you want to fight for in life, that you want to protect and provide for. And in order to do that, it's going to come with sacrifice. And that sacrifice is oftentimes the very thing that helps us to get over ourselves and our own pain. And I think it's very important to wake up each day and remember that we're not just here for ourselves. It's not just about us. The love I have for my family has so often given me the strength to get over myself, my own fears, feeling sorry for myself, and all the things that comes with being too internalized. Another powerful way to overcome the person looking back at you in the mirror is to do some things that scare you a little bit in life. Now, I'm not talking about being unreasonable or unrealistic. You and I both know that there are things we want to do, but we hesitate doing because we're afraid of failure. I would contend that the fear of failure is not as great as the pain of regret. Living requires a lot of letting go. One of the biggest things in life we've got to let go of is idealism, or this idea that we can get through life unscathed or set back. There's a lot of people criticizing those who failed, but the critics are often those who never tried. We overcome ourselves by understanding that it's a lot more natural and easy to become passive and indifferent in life, simply hoping for happiness, hoping for better days, than it is to develop the disciplines that we need to go out and get those things. Motivation is nothing without discipline. And a lot of people nowadays are searching for motivation constantly, but they never activate the disciplines necessary. We start to overcome ourselves when we stop comparing ourselves to others. I spoke about comparison in a video I did a couple of weeks back and how it kills our drive, it kills our peace and contentment. Let's look at a simple example. You may not ever be as fit as this person, but that doesn't stop you from getting fit. It doesn't stop you from going on a fitness journey and getting the benefits from it. Think about it. Why do we have to be the best to pursue what is right for our lives and the people in our lives? There's always going to be somebody who's more wealthy, but does that mean that you can't go out and work in life to get what you need? Being a person who compares themselves to others creates unnecessary competitors. You know what you're supposed to do. Do that. I want you to think about something. Never forget this. If you can get free from yourself, you can get free from other people, and that means their approval. Some of you hate who you see looking back at you in the mirror because you believe that person can't live up to everybody else's expectations. And I'll go one step further. Beware of your own expectations. You can either fly or die by your expectations, and make sure that they're realistic and true to who you really are. Beware of the expectations that you put on yourself, and beware of the expectation that you put on others. You will fly or die by your expectations. One last thing I'll say about overcoming the person looking back at you in the mirror is taking time to focus on what's really important. We're out here dying on too many hills that we don't have to die on. We're exhausting ourselves focusing on so many things that are really not that important. We need a laser focus on the things that are important in life, and it would behoove all of us just how much we can really simplify and focus on those things. The closer we get to the end of our life, the more our awareness of what matters begins to narrow. And the sooner that we figure this out in life, the better the life we're going to live, and a lot less regret to live with at that. There's so much more I could say on this issue, but I love to end with a question. What do you believe are things that need to happen in order for us to overcome our greatest competitor? And that is the one looking back at us in the mirror. Thanks for watching. Take care.